Hi, everybody. My name is Deidre Freer, and I am Coach D with Human Garage. And I want to tell you a little bit about the biggest puzzle piece for healing that helped me to heal, and it's called fascia. So today, I want to tell you what fascia is on a little bit deeper level. I want you to imagine fascia as an interlocking connective highway, almost like a web that is in multiple layers all the way through the body. And energetically, it starts out here with our aura, and we take that in and we feel it through the senses of the skin. And then through the skin, layers of the skin, the fascia starts layering and goes all the way down to the bones. But what that means is if there's that many layers of fascia, that fascia is actually touching every part of the body. That includes our organs, our ligaments, our muscles, and our tendons. But what exactly is the fascia? The fascia is like the super highway that comes all the way through our body. It's just a bunch of highways and roads that split off from each other, a country road this way, a super highway that way. And what's inside that are these trillions, 100 trillion nerve endings that communicate through electricity. But what does electricity need? It needs hydration, it needs water in order to be conductive. And so our body, our fascia, is made up of 70% water, 25% sand or silica, and then 5% of healthy bacteria. And that's all found woven through every part of our body. Now, fascia, you might think, is separate from bones, but really it's integrated with the bone all the way to it. Some of it attaches to the bone, some weaves and integrates into it. There's different layers and different levels of and types of fascia. What I want to tell you more about, though, is that fascia actually acts as a crystal. It's this high based mineral that can send and receive messages. Remember, I told you it was electrical based. And with that, thinking about a crystal, most of us think of a hard rock crystal. And the crystal in our body, known as fascia, can actually get that hard as a crystal rock if it's dehydrated. That's what I used to think was muscle tension knots. And in reality, I learned that it was dehydrated fascial restrictions or adhesions. And so through time, I've been able to properly mineralize with hydration and water and work through fascial maneuvers to open up those adhesions. When I did that, I realized that parts of my body were able to readjust. And then those super highways flowed with that electrical current in an even easier way. The body takes time to explore these new sensations. And so it's nice to be open to them. As I learned how to open up these restrictions and adhesions and hydrate myself, the body opens up and lets go, both physically, yes, but on the other side, it's emotional. So fascia is our bridge, our connected bridge between the physiological sense, the physical side of our body, and this emotional energetics. So let's go back to the cellular level. If I feel happiness and joy, I'm going to laugh and I'm going to vibrate that frequency out of my body. And it's going to leave me feeling light and airy, happy. And if I feel an emotion that is a lower frequency, joy or shame, embarrassment, guilt, anger, sadness, then I may feel it. I may take time to cry it out, scream it out, or just vent it out and be done with it. However, I may hold on to that emotion because of the people around me and just store it away for later. Being in this experience and not being able to process through an emotion and let it be felt fully and be present with it means that our body is going to hold on to it and remember it until we're ready to process it. And sometimes, whenever we're not ready to process those emotions, our body becomes resistant to it. And when that resistance builds up over time, that builds up pressure. And so that those low frequency emotions that vibrate within the cellular structure builds up that pressure. Then what can we do to relieve it and bring it up for us to process? Fascial maneuvers. Because our body is a hydraulic system. Just like a spider web may connect here, okay? If you pull on a spider web, it just pops apart. But if the inside of the webbing is filled with a gel-like hydrated fluid, then it can actually glide. And if it's been a little dry and restricted and it's filling up with that gel, that hydration for the first time in a long time, a couple decades even, then it can start to pump in like a hydraulic system. And it pumps some more in. And whenever that hydraulic system and the pressure opens up inside of you, that frequency of the low emotion is able to come up and be felt. And if mentally and emotionally you're able to be present for it, then you can finish filling out that feeling the rest of the way, allow it to process out, and then breathe a sense of relief and peace back into your body. That's where that's why fascial maneuvers take you from feeling heavy and weighted down into feeling lighter and open. So the last thing I want to tell you about fascia is how it brings back this awareness that I believe we all once had. We lost it for a little bit, and now we're coming back around to learning the language of our body. We remember the language of our body we once knew. And we are able to translate the stored emotions and the sensations by restoring the balance within us. This allows the body to access its higher intelligence. Absolutely beautiful. I love fascia. I love learning about fascia. And I love that Human Garage showed me how fascia was the key point in my body that I could address on my own to allow my body to intelligently heal itself. Thanks, Human Garage.